I'm Karla Ukman, and I am here with my amazing friend, Biz Bestie. We make each other laugh till we cry. We can't focus on what we need to be doing.
If y'all could only have seen the conversation before we hit
Yes.
record.
Lisa Marie, the sassy wealth queen. And I am so excited for us to chat today because we are going to be chatting about all the things finance and her new group and just wealth in general. And we love to have fun doing it. And we have different ways of looking at wealth. And that's why we connected, because we feel that women, especially women, deserve to have wealth and change the way that they um, feel about money and the way that they look at money. And so that's why we connected. And Lisa, why don't you introduce yourself?
I can do that. I'm Lisa Marie. I'm the Sassy Wealth Queen. And just like Karla said, I'm passionate about women being able to create and retain and expand wealth, and regardless of whether you came from it. I believe that it's time for money to stop being a taboo subject, and that we actually start, I don't know, yelling it from those rooftops, maybe. Okay, maybe not yelling. Close to yelling. And I believe that wealth is so much more than just money. I believe that being wealthy is more than just being rich, because I've seen so many people have tons and tons and tons of money and still be broke and still be miserable and still not know where the hell any of their money is, right? And I believe that being wealthy is, embodying our desires and our wants and our needs and our values, so that we're building a plan that works for us, which is one of the reasons why I absolutely love Karla, is because when she goes, that I build this financial plan and I do it based off this, and I'm going, okay, you build, but that's what I do. That's what I do with the money. I don't do the financial long-term planning piece, but with the business planning, money roadmap, that's what I create. Because if we don't create it with our values and our desires, then we're not going to get anywhere. And I'm passionate about it. It's something I can talk about nonstop. And for someone who used to hate money, yes, I know, I'm a wealth coach and I used to hate money. I had a horrible relationship with it. And then doing all the money story work and the money mindset work, and realizing, okay, this is what's missing. And then realizing, this is why budgets don't work. It's because it doesn't take into all the little considerations it should take in. Mm-hmm. And then when you combine them together, you get this beautiful roadmap that works. Yeah. And as long as you tweak it, understanding that life still happens, it works. Which is one of the reasons why I created the group Wealth Queen Collective, which is one of the reasons why we're here doing the live. And Wealth Queen Collective, excuse me, it's what it is. It's Wealth Queen Collective because I want women to realize that they can create, retain, and expand wealth, and that we can do it holistically, which means I created 5 codes to being a wealth queen. And that's spiritual wealth, mental wealth, physical wealth, energetic wealth, and financial wealth. Because when you have encompassed all the 5 pieces, including taking care of yourself spiritually, energetically, physically, and mental, and have that mindset, then the financial piece just falls into place. I know it sounds simple, and it sometimes isn't, and it is. And so that's what I'm wanting, is I'm wanting to encompass all of that, which is one of the reasons why Karla is one of my guest experts in the group. I'm so excited because what she does is she does a lot of what I do, and she goes further. And I will never pretend to have the knowledge that she has on that end. We joked that I used to actually be licensed to do that. Actually, it wasn't a joke. I was. And it's scary that I was actually licensed to do that. And
on the life
no
insurance side.
right, on the life, right. I could sell insurance. And I was like, and she was like, wait a minute, what? And I'm like, it was required in the, like, way back when. That shows how old I am. I was in my 20s, I think, and I was working for an insurance guy, and in order to work for him, I had to be licensed to sell insurance, life insurance, to sell it, to talk about stuff that I had, and we had to pass the test. And I will never pretend to understand that. That was how many eons and years ago. And the fact that Karla takes into account your wants and your desires and your money roadmap and where you're at, and not necessarily where someone else is at, in building that financial plan, to me, is everything, because so often you hear all these horror stories. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted you in the group, just that, and the fact that we're biz besties, and I absolutely love you. And you make me laugh until I can cry. See, I'm gonna start. And Well Queen Collective is going to have all these experts. Right now we have like 5 or 6 in there now, and they're encompassed in my belief underneath several of those wealth codes. And does that mean that they're going to be talking about money as it being energetic and physical and mental? Yes and no. Like, I'm going to, I have a fitness coach that's in there, and she's going to be talking about the importance of taking care of yourself and not trying to do a fad diet and being restrictive on your diet. She's going to talk about the things that are, what is it she's known for? Oh, crap. I can't think of the name she gave herself now. But she basically hates diets. She doesn't like that. What she wants is to change your lifestyle to take better care of yourself. And for me, I can tell you that when I started working with her, which, again, the guest experts I have in there, I've either worked with them or I've collaborated with them, and I know them and know the stuff. I'm not just having just any willy-nilly come in there. And that's really important.
Willy-nilly.
No willy-nillies. You can tell I'm from the South, right?
Oh no, not willy-nilly.
No willy-nilly. Okay, stop.
See, people, this is what we bring. This is us. This is our true, authentic self. You'll be able to experience that in the group too.
Yes.
Because you need to have fun when you're talking about money, because it shouldn't be this mundane conversation and boring or stressful, because that's what I hear a lot about. Like, it's super anxiety filled. We want you to have fun. So that's why we're light and cheerful.
Right. But the other piece of that is entrepreneurship is hard a lot of times. And sometimes it's lonely, right? And
it's very lonely.
What I envision with Wealth Queen Collective is us coming together as wealth queens collectively, and having, one of the other guest experts in there, she's a business coach. She's going to be able to coach you on how to be visible and to grow your business so you can create wealth. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's not going to be just money. It's going to be all the things that encompass those 5 codes so that you can create and retain and expand your wealth on your terms. I want to expand wealth so that I can give back, and so that I can also have money for my kids to be taken care of once I'm gone. I want the expansion is in different ways. I want to be able to also expand to pay my team more. Do you see what I'm saying? So there's just different pieces, and maybe you want to create wealth in a different way. Maybe it's looking at a different type of thing to create. Well, business coach will be able to come in there. Maybe you're having trouble being visible. Again, there's going to be that type of expertise in there. Maybe you're ready to, start your fitness, but you're not sure where you want to start or what kind of thing, how to start. You're going to have someone in there. Right. And the cool thing about that is I have another guest expert in there who does body movement and somatic, and she's about taking care of your body and screwing the diet culture and, just nothing to do with that diet culture, right? And so there's going to be some overlap. There'll be some overlap with me and Karla. And that's the cool thing about it, is we're going to be able to come together collectively and be able to provide knowledge and expertise and answer questions. And then everyone in there as a community is also going to be able to do that as well. That's what I'm envisioning, is I'm envisioning all of us being able to collectively be wealth queens, because we're lifting each other up, and we can come in there and, okay, I'm struggling with this week, right? And we can lift each other up, because it can be hard and it can be lonely, whether you got kids or whether you don't have kids, it can still be, there's life can sometimes make it hard. I mean, Karla and I were talking about it before we went live. We both have things that we need to be doing on the business, that we've worked in the business so much these last 4 weeks that the stuff on the business has been put to the wayside. And we both were talking about, we haven't had the energy, and we both know we need to do it. And I was like, okay, am I the only one struggling with this? And she was like, no. So that's another thing, is we can come in there together and be able to give each other advice on, how we can make time or better time manage those things. And there's going to be engaging discussions. There's going to be weekly live trainings on the wealth creation, retention, and expansion. I'm also planning on having my group experts do trainings as well. Live trainings, they'll be able to put a video. I'm wanting this, what I'm envisioning is, I'm envisioning it being a whole collective, the reason why I'm calling it collective, but a collective of being able to basically have your business and your life taken care of so that you can create that wealth. I mean, that's basically because that's what the 5 codes are for. I mean, you think about it, your physical wealth is prioritizing your health. One of the things we were talking about, right? Karla and I have been prioritizing our health. Sometimes we have rude awakenings that make us do it more so than before. And being able to do that, our energetic wealth, that's aligning your thoughts and your beliefs and your actions to attract the abundance. That's also getting rid of the negative willy-nillys. See, no willy-nillys, negative willy-nillys. I mean, think about it. How many times have you realized that all of a sudden your energy's been drained because you've been around negative willy-nillys?
Yeah, a lot. I've restructured my whole life and people that I surround myself with the past year, and it's been freeing.
I have too. I'm still doing it. And
yes,
in some cases it's been hard. And in other cases it's like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do this sooner? Because, energetically, when we're around a bunch of negative energy, we become negative energy, right? It's just, so it's true. If you want to 10x, you get around people who are 10xing, because you're going to go with what you're surrounded with. And that's one of the reasons why I say we have to there's energetic wealth. And if you're not around people who have that positive energy, and you're around people who are draining you, then you don't have energetic wealth, period. Because you're not making sure that the things you're doing and who you're around is aligning with your beliefs and values and your desires. Now, do we have to agree on every single thing? No. Do we have to be exactly the same? Newsflash, me and Karla are not exactly the same.
No.
1, I have purple and pink hair. 2, like me and Karina, who's the other coach that's in there, and she's an introvert and I'm an extrovert. Newsflash, she's an introvert and I'm an extrovert still.
We're going to convert you.
No, I don't think that's possible. COVID showed me that was in no way, shape, or form possible, because I was ready to climb the walls.
See, and I was the opposite. I was like, this is the best thing ever.
I was ready to climb the walls. It put me in such a depressive state, anxiety state. At first, it was great because I was like, cool, I don't want to go anywhere anyway, right? And the kids were like, yeah, I didn't want to go to school anyway. And the longer it got, the more, oh, dear God, So, yeah, if anything showed that was not possible, it was COVID. But I want you to explain on how what expertise you're going to be able to bring to it, because you can explain it. I know that you and I are overlap in some ways, but you're able to go into the deeper parts of being able to create and expand that wealth. And in ways that I think is really important.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so for your audience, I'll introduce myself. I'm Karla Ukman again. I'm founder and wealth planner of Artemis Wealth Management, and I'm not your father's advisor.
Oh, I love that. That means, by the way, that she's not a willy-nilly. Okay, she may not say the word, but that's what that means. She should put it in parentheses. I'm not a willy-nilly.
Well, and I came up with that tagline because I have seen so many of the traditional advisors. I've been doing this for 11 years, by the way. So I'm not newbie in the industry, but I'm not a 30-year veteran where I am set in my ways and I'm not able to look at things differently. And that's where I came up with that tagline as well. And I mostly work with women and marginalized communities, and I want to make sure that they have the resources to build wealth their way and not being told no. And they're getting the resources that are traditionally given to other communities of wealth. And whenever I tried to get information, because I did not have a good relationship with money, I made a lot of money mistakes. I was always met with resistance, judgment. You don't have enough money for help. And so I decided that I really wanted to change my industry. Now I'm securities licensed, and I also have my life insurance license. So I work with my clients on the financial planning side of things, as well as wealth management and investment. And then the life insurance, the disability, the long-term care insurance, and small businesses. And the reason that there's so many different parts that I can work in is because they're all intertwined. And most of my clients come to me where we're working in my financial planning programs. And I come at it at a different way of, what are your desires for wealth? That's what I'm asking. I'm asking you, what are your goals? What do you envision your life being? What do you want? And see how I didn't say dreams? I said goals. Because we're not dreaming about wealthy and becoming wealthy. Our goal is to have wealth. And we are going to do everything that we can to put that in pen to paper. I have a lot of different software that I can utilize that only financial planners have access to. We run the numbers. We look at, all different things. But the biggest thing is that I give my clients permission to have those big goals. I want to know what those goals are, but I also want to know what's keeping them from reaching those goals, your money mindset. Now, this is where that a little tiny bit of overlap, but I don't deep dive into money mindset the way that Lisa does and the support. So if you have a really bad relationship with money, which most of us do, and we got to work on a lot of that, that's where Lisa comes in. And I am able to work with you on creating that plan, creating that roadmap, like Lisa said, where we're reaching your goals, we're being tax diversified, we're making sure that you're not being overcharged with fees. And so that's where it's different. I also have just a totally different vibe. I have tattoos, I have piercings. I'm just like, hey, everybody come as you are. Like,
I have piercings. I don't have tattoos yet. I'm getting one. But I have piercings too.
Yeah, and I just don't want people to feel like they can't get help with their money, and I want them to have a safe space to come, and I want them to have a place where
Mm-hmm.
traditionally people have been told no, and those people that are being told no can work with me.
But yeah, and what I love about what you do too, though, is, and one of the things you and I've talked about is, even when, like, I work with entrepreneurs and I work on their business money roadmap, and what I'm doing is I'm working on their business money roadmap on them growing their business. How are they, what are their goals, their desires, or wants, make it, how, what are they wanting to pay themselves? And then when it comes to the strategy of, like, what you're talking about, that financial investment and stuff like that, that's when I go, hey, look, that's beyond my expertise. And I don't know why people don't want to say that. I have no qualms about saying that. My expertise is, I was a chief financial officer and a billing auditor for a company. And I literally, when I say audit, I had to audit big bank accounts, spreadsheets. Like, I had to make sure all the money was where it's supposed to be in these trust accounts. And I'm a CFO, and I have that knowledge. Now, I've had my business going on 8 years. However, I've had 20 plus years of experience doing this for big corporations. And when I got let go and started my own business, at first I didn't start it off that way. I don't know why I didn't, but it didn't dawn on me. And at the time, I think the reason why I didn't is because I still had a bad relationship with money.
Mm-hmm.
Right, that mindset piece. And that's when I dug into it, and that's when I realized, hey, look, these go hand in hand. These need to be done together. And that's how my business evolved to where it's at. And so I don't have qualms going, okay, that's past my expertise, right? Someone comes to me and starts talking about IRAs or 401ks. Nope, that's past my expertise. When they come and start talking about, well, I want to look at the different types of investments, or how could I be doing this to get a better tax strategy? Again, outside of my expertise.
Mm-hmm.
And I have people that I gladly tell my people to go and talk to. And Karla's one of them, because I mean, she and I have even said, I'm going to be working with her too, because I want to implement something in place to make sure my girls are taken care of. And I want to do it in such a way with the life insurance that it's not so much for me or for the tax, it's for them. And she's like, oh, girl, okay, we can meet. I've got all that, and we can do it. So see, that part of the wealth is different than yours might be. And I can do it to a certain point as far as the growth goes, business, personal, and the savings wise. But when you're talking about that long-term type of thing and making sure you're not being overcharged in fees and all of that, that's where, for me, okay, outside my realm, you need to go to her. Because again, I don't want to tell you something wrong, and I'm okay with telling you I'm not an expert in that area. And that's the cool thing about it, is Karla and I will be able to kind of come together. We'd be able to come together, work together, and you're able to get both of the best worlds, really best of both worlds, right? And we have someone else who's a wealth coach that we both know, money coach who we both know, and it's her and her husband, and they work with couples. And I had a couple come to me, and when I was talking to her, I was like, you know what, this sounds more like couples, not just your business. I think you'd be better off going here. Again, I don't have qualms about it. I want you to be able to feel like you can stand on your own 2 feet. I want you to have a better relationship with money. I want you to build that wealth and create it and retain it and expand it. And if that means working with someone else, okay, I'm fine with that. But that's the reason why I've brought these experts, asked these experts to come into the group, and I shared my vision with them, and they all jumped at it because they loved the vision. Yay!
Yes.
And they see what's needed, especially for women. And so that's the reason why I'm inviting y'all. If this sounds like what I want to have a one-stop shop where I can get free training and I can get some of the things. And yes, there's going to be things that they're going to offer that you'll have to pay for. None of us work for free, and you're still going to get a lot of value out of the group for being in there and engaging, and a lot of free training, honestly, that you're going to be able to take and go, hey, you know what? Okay, I can do it this way and it works. And you're going to be able to ask them questions in the group and they're going to be there to answer. They're going to be just as active as I am because that's one of the things I asked them to do. I said, only caveat is I want you to be active. I don't want to say you got guest experts and then nobody answers your questions.
Hey, you know what? There's a lot of groups just to kind of, talk about that. There's other groups out there that, promise and under deliver when it comes to money mindset. And it's a fad that's going around. The reason that I say fad is because everybody is all of a sudden an expert on growing wealth. And I'm like, where the heck are all these people coming from? Just because
I know.
I'm like, just because you made some good money in your business doesn't mean that you are, you should be marketing yourself as a wealth coach or somebody that can help with money mindset. And what I like about this group is every single expert. So Lisa just mentioned, oh, I'm okay with not saying that I'm an expert. Well, every single person that is an expert in this group, I know personally as well. And they're all okay with saying, I'm not an expert in that area. We have our specific areas of expertise. And anything outside of that, we'll tell you we're not there. Like, I don't work with business owners in their books to create wealth. So what that means is you're not bringing I'm not a bookkeeper and I'm not a CFO, but you need to have somebody that is helping you with that growth, because if you don't know your numbers and you come to me and I'm like, hey, we need your business to make, $500,000 this year in order to fund this goal that we have. Well, if you don't know how you're going to get there, or you don't have a plan in the business side of things, I'm just putting my numbers on a piece of paper.
Exactly.
So that's why it's so important to have somebody like Lisa and these other experts too that are going to be in the group, so that we are building wealth. They're all working together and we all understand we're not in competition with each other. We're in collaboration.
Yeah, and I'm big about that. There's no judgment. The group, there's absolutely no judgment, and I was very particular on who I asked to come into the group to be experts. I probably have about 2 or 3 more that I'm going to be asking, but I'm very, very picky, being very specific, because I know that they don't like judgment. They want no judgment. I know that they believe in collaboration, not competition. They believe in lifting women up. They believe that there's enough to go around, more than enough. And they also believe that when we work together, and anything's possible. I mean, y'all, I've not met Karla in person yet. It's going to happen. Lord help us all, it's going to happen. And anyone who's in the area, yeah, it'll be interesting, I'm sure. And we've been talking online for a while, and then we did a Zoom to chat, and we ended up getting off topic that we had to have another Zoom to actually chat about what we wanted to chat about. And I'm not talking about off topic for 15 minutes. I'm talking about off topic for 45 minutes. We literally talked for 45 minutes, but it was not on the topic that we had originally. And people are like, oh, well, you weren't serious enough. That wasn't it. We actually just connected, and it just, I don't know how to explain it. It was just a true connection, a true friendship was really just formed. We got each other. We did things slightly different. And yes, we have slightly different opinions. And overall, we still have the same goal and the same, we still believe in the same things. We just do it slightly differently. And in some ways we do it the same. It's just in a different aspect. And that's what I absolutely love about it. And, I don't want, I'm going to say it, willy-nillies. I don't want, that's just going to be my new word. That's going to be my new word, just because I know it makes her laugh or she'll cry. I don't want negative people in there who are going to tear people down. That's honest to God. If I see it, you're out.
Bye.
You're out. I want it to be uplifting. I want us to work together because again, entrepreneurship is hard and it's not always hard. And sometimes it's more difficult than others. And sometimes it's low. And I want the group to be collectively together to one, so you know you're not alone. And that you've got people and you've got these experts in here that you can come to and that you're going to get, the help or the answers that you need so that you can get past whatever it is at that moment is stopping you. And, each of us have our own expertise and each of us go to each other for different things. I said, I still work with a couple of the experts in there. Lindsay Hack can never get rid of me. She's my fitness coach, trainer, life coach, and I hired her 6.5 years ago, and she's forever changed my life. She's forever changed the way I look at fitness and my life, the lifestyle. And y'all, just so you know, she's actually upped my training because I'm preparing for a 16-mile hike in Mount Zion in June. And I'm 50 and a half years old. So there. And I have been blessing her out religiously. I call it my workout language. And I'm going to be showcasing each of the group experts. I decided that this morning. That will be happening probably over the next month or so. I don't want to do it right now, but that's going to be happening over the next month or so. And I'm inviting you to come check out the group and see what it's about. And, Karla is going to be in there, and y'all, she knows her stuff. And she has no qualms about telling you when someone doesn't know their stuff, which I adore about her. Because for so long I had qualms about saying something, and I can go read one of her posts and I'm like, you know what? If she's good, I'm going to go do it.
Good.
And then I do, and then I go and do it.
Yeah. I call out those willy-nillys.
You do. That's going to be my post. I'm going to keep saying, if you don't know Karla, go check her out. She calls out them willy-nillys.
Oh my God.
I
can't even say it. Okay. We could be like talking for like an hour and just have.
No, we don't want to do that. I want you to come into the group and check it out. It's the Wealth Queen. It's called Wealth Queen Collective, and it's a new group. We just put it live this past Monday, so it's fairly new. I want you to come and check it out. I promise it's not going to be like any other wealth or money group that you've ever, because I'm encompassing all aspects of it. I don't want it to be just about money. It's about you creating wealth aligned with your values, your goals, and your desires. So it's going to be for your life, spiritual, physical, fitness. It's going to encompass all parts of the business and your personal, because again, as entrepreneurs, when something happens in your personal life, it affects your business. And when something happens in your business, it affects your personal life. And anyone who tells you it doesn't, they're lying.
Yep.
Because hands down, it does.
Yep.
So come check it out.
Yeah. Okay. So how do they check it out? Do they just
all they can do is go into the search in Facebook.
Okay.
And we'll put it in the comments link when this goes. Okay. Yep. Put the link in there.
Okay,
it's Wealth Queen. The group is called Wealth Queen Collective. You can join it and you just answer the questions and come in. And like I said, all this stuff is going to be starting over the next couple of weeks, and it's going to be really awesome.
I'm excited. Thank you again for asking me to be part of the collective. I'm excited to get going and grow the group so that women have these resources. And if anybody has any questions for either one of us, you can come in our DMs. You can comment on this video. whatever you feel comfortable with. And if I don't know the answer, I'll send you to Lisa and she'll do this.
If I don't know the answer, I promise you I will send you to Karla.
Yes. So, but
and if I don't know, and if she won't know it, I'm sure both of us will tell you the same thing. We're going to research and we'll ask someone who does know it and we'll get you the answer. So,
yep. So don't try to figure out who you need to message. Like, don't stress about that kind of stuff. I always say that on my lives. Don't stress. Just reach out and we'll guide you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks everyone for joining us, and we will catch you soon.